Welcome to the SupaTea Podcast Show. I like this. This was very random, like most of my stuff is. I haven't gotten to the point of preparing my content before I come on here. It is completely divinity and spirit led. I'll be doing one thing, and spirit's like, why don't you go share? Sharing is caring. But I like this filter for so many reasons. Number one, green. Green is one of my favorite colors. And the blue has been courting me. Blue has been courting me so much it has gotten into my decorum quite a bit, and I like it. And specifically blue with gold and navy blue. So to come up on this filter and yeah, if I could get my phone still, to come up on this filter right here is so fitting. It's so fitting, so fitting. So I wanted to come up here. I know it's the wee hours of the morning, but I took a nap. I know I was in bed like probably like 8 o'clock. Probably like as soon as the sun went down, my behind was sleep. But I had such a beautiful day. Such a beautiful, beautiful, awesome, amazing day. I did some content on my other channels on Mama Matcha, and I'm not gonna talk too much about my business. I'm gonna talk more so about life. Because life is doing some amazing, beautiful things. I have been for this last week really tuning back into good brother Michael Beckwith platform, and I love it. I want to go visit. They definitely resonate on so many different levels, and I appreciate that. I haven't seen anything remotely close to that on this side. I don't know if that means it needs to be created. I don't know if it does exist. I just haven't found a space like that because his space is welcoming to all, and it's just interesting. It's interesting when things come to me and then I find out, oh, there's something similar that already is. So I'll just be like, "Oh, did this come to me because um, I was supposed to find a similar place, or did this come to me because I'm supposed to create uh, something? I'm supposed to create this over here or where I'm at. I don't know. I'll be asking these questions to the divine. And what I realized today, I had such a serendipitous day today, and it was interesting. I always have days like that where coincidences happen, but now to know that coincidences are like they're profound. They're not something just to kind of shake off like, oh, whatever. It's like, ooh, divinity. It's like you heard me, you answered me, you heard me, you answered me, you heard me, and you answered me. And so like, okay, you heard me, you answered me. I love it. It's such I have such a wonderful relationship with the divine. And if you're like, well, who's the divine? God. It's not a who. It is a is. And, you know, to be taught from young, but also know, because you come into this world with a knowing, right? But to be taught and hammered in this other perception, excuse me, of the divine, and then find out, oh, I knew all along and I just needed to be reminded. And now that I'm reminded, everything makes so much more sense. It makes so much more sense. So much, so much, so much. So yes, it was so many coincidences today. And I got to see I got to commune in different spaces and places. And there is a love I have for this particular space. And this particular space has a love for me. And what I realized today was that in this particular space, I can be exactly who the heck I am. And initially, I thought that that was only possible in one little corner of that space. But now I see that it's possible in that space in general. And yeah, there are a few other people, and and that rule of being who I am is not just a rule for me, it's a rule for everybody. So knowing that it's okay if everybody doesn't get along with each other, you know, um, what is important is for everybody to be respectful, obviously, to each other, um, and for us all to have a common goal. And the common goal is a one of service, and not just in service of one particular individual or a few individuals, but really in service of those who are coming and searching and seeking and growing, the youth, the youth and others, because I ain't a youth. Sort of kind of is, because I heard before 50 in the indigenous cultures, you still considered young. So I ain't 50 yet. But yeah, it was, you don't want to see my underarms, right? It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was a beautiful day. I went out to Branch Brook Park, which is something I wanted to do, and ooh, I thought I was gonna do last week um, with a friend, and it didn't happen. That friend, uh, that friend had some things to do for themselves, and the wisdom that I have knows that, and supports that in all other goodness, and am eager to see that unfold. And I really am eager to see that unfold. um it's weird. It's weird, but I want to see that unfold. The weird part is the similarity. It's because I'm seeing that happen in another individual. This other individual is a relative. This other individual, um, there's a there's a deep connection and a deep love for, and so having that interaction with my relative, it's like I want to see everybody. Everybody. That was actually one of my things, my communes with the divine directly, audibly, verbally. Like I just want to see everybody be their best selves, and I'm doing that for me. You know, my leg mobility is improving, and I know what I need to do to keep those improvements, and I'm doing it. Staying hydrated, exercising. I got so many different therapies that I'm doing with my legs, the physical therapy, shockwave, EMS. EMS is electric muscular stimulation. Um, the gym was incorporated. That relationship ended. However, I have a whole bunch of fitness stuff here, and perhaps they just were there to kind of get me in the flow of it. And because getting in the flow of it, in the house, I'm in one of my favorite spaces. Oh, here's another device. This is a red light device right here. So a whole bunch of different things, it's not just one thing. It's a combination of things and just being consistent. And I see and I feel the results already. And of course, nutrition plays a huge part too. And I'm really just overall excited and grateful about life. And I came on because one thing that I didn't know what today was going to be like, but I knew um, I had to interact with um, my friend, and it's a new friendship. So, you know, there are certain things that I'm aware of and I've observed, but there are certain things that I don't know, and so the unknown parts had me a little bit like, how is this person going to present themselves today? Because I just me and my growth was like, I'm not even communicating with this person no more. Like I've tried to communicate with this person and they're not where I am, you know? And what's the point? Like I got stuff to do, my own self, and again, I don't mind building and again, friendships. I said this before, but I'm gonna say it again. Friendships, any type of, even if it's a professional relationship, both parties have to contribute in order for it to be healthy, and both parties have to contribute, obviously, in healthy ways for it to be healthy. And I'm only open for health. I'm only open for health. So, building healthy connections, building healthy relationships, professional, personally, that's all that I'm available for at this point in my life. And so I was just like, hey, I'm not pushing them up. I'm not pushing nothing. I'm just going to be present. And I was present. And my spirit told me to do something before I left the house. And I had a whole conversation with Divine, like, why? Why you want me to do this? I'm about to do this. First, I was like, okay. And then I had a whole conversation. I ain't about to do that. For what? I'm not doing this. This is not what I'm here for. And Divine was like, just trust. Like, just trust. Just trust. Just do it. Just do it. It's not going to hurt you. You have enough. It is from your overflow. So just trust. It's a small, big thing. So just do it. And I was like, I guess so. I guess so. And now I see, wow, okay, divinity, I'm glad I listened. And so the highlight of my day was not all of these things were highlights, right? But the real highlight was me not getting to, being at this amazing park out in nature. I'm in nature and I'm doing simple things. I got my feet on the ground. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining bright on me, and I'm sitting at a picnic table and I'm doing content. But as soon as I sit down, like I'm not even in the seat in 5 minutes, a young lady comes to me from my hometown and she sits down, and I mean, she's good. She's good, good. And I don't even know what she's doing until after it's done. And I'm just like, okay, hey, girl. Because it was natural. It was so natural. It was so good. And I was like, go ahead. Like, I love it. I love this for her. I just love it. I just love it. I just love it. I love where she's at. She's doing a phenomenal job. She's a mom. She got three beautiful girls, and it was just an amazing experience. So she was the first person and that sat at the table with me, and then after her, um, a group of people came and sat at the table with me. And I don't know where she was at because she was watching me. She was like, "I seen those people come up. I thought they were your friends." I was like, "Girl, I didn't know them." So she's very good. She's very good. She's very good. I don't know where she came from, but she wherever she came from, she sat down. Then she went back, and then she came. And then when I was leaving, I seen her again. So it was a good experience. It was a really good experience. Who knows if photography is as you really do, you know what I mean? Because at this point, I just wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if some motherfuckers came there like, Miss Bay, um, your expertise, uh, yeah, we gonna need that. We in a cold red and before shit get too out of hand, um, yeah, we need to have a chat. We need to have a chat. We need to have a chat. We got our eye on you, and we think that you can help us figure out how to fuck get this motherfucker. But I felt anyway. I gotta go to too much to the left or the right. We gonna stay centered and just bring it back and just say that was one, right? And it was divine. Whatever the particulars are, it was still divine. It's still divinity at its best. So I know. So when the second people came and there was a whole meeting and I mean and it was resources and connections and it was like it's when you really get into the higher consciousness and you know how things are operative and you feel connections with people before you even have a conversation with them. It's like, and then you have the conversation, and internally, and I can only speak for myself, internally, I'm just like, I saw you though. Like, I saw you when you walked past both times. I didn't see the group you was with, but I saw you. And now you're sitting right across from me, and now we have formed a whole connection, or at least a conscious one, but we already had a connection. We've already connected through different people. We've already connected through where I go to school from, where you just graduated from. Like we already have this connection. And I noticed it because I noticed you. But now you're sitting in front of me having a conversation. It is confirmed. That's how it was with the second people that sat at the table. And I was like, huh. I'm always present, but I'm always also recording. My brain is a recorder. I'm recording because I'm going to come and I'm going to, while it's happening, I'm observing. That's really the proper word. I'm observing while I'm being present. And then I'm coming and I'm self reflecting and I'm reflecting on it just as I'm doing right here, right now. And I'll come back to this and I'll listen to this and I'll be like, I remember that day and I remember this point and what a wonderful day and look at me now, like look at life now, look at everything now because I see it. I see it. The park and just everything, even here was different. It was different. I came in, it was peaceful, it was different. It was different than something shifted. I don't know exactly what shifted, but something definitely shifted. And being in that park, and there was so many people there. And so those are two people, well, one person, a group of people. The next person, I was getting up. Something in me told me that it was going to be three people that I don't know or didn't know prior was going to sit at that bench, particularly where I was at. And right when I was leaving, a brother said, "Can I sit here?" And I said, "Sure." I was waiting for my ride, and I thought it was going to be sooner. So I had already gotten up, put my shoes on and stuff. And when I looked at my phone, I noticed, oh, I got 10 minutes. Let me sit down. And when I sat down, even before I sat back down, I noticed he sat there to talk directly to the divine. And I was like, okay, say no more. Say no more, divine. I knew it was going to be three. And when it didn't happen, I didn't stress it. I wasn't like, oh, I got to make this happen. Because remember, I'm being present. I'm not forcing a daggone thing. I am allowing, I am receiving, I am quite curious of how things are unfolding, to be quite honest with you, because they're unfolding in such a way that I'm just like, wow. Okay, divine. I mean, where I am right here, right now, is a perfect example of divinity at its best. It's just perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. It's like, okay, like I see it every day, and experience it every day. But I'm still curious because it's like, okay, sometimes, and sometimes I will say, sometimes you can get used to things, but then divinity lets you know, like, I did that. You didn't do that. I did that. You just allowed it to happen. You didn't stop it from happening. So if you get out the way, you're going to see some other stuff happen too. And I'm just like, okay, you get the fuck up out the way. We get up out the way. We get up out the way. But yeah, I took that third person, the confirmation. Like, okay, thank you. You did say three. And you know what? I'm going to take this as an opportunity for me to vocally commune with divinity, which I did. And it was amazing. It felt amazing. And then I just got up and as I was leaving, the photographer came back from wherever she was at, and we talked some more. And that's when I found out. When she told me her mother was out there, I should have put it together. But for some reason, I see her mom coming. I see her mom coming, even though her mom is comfortable, and I get it. As a mom, trust me, I get it, because it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. And after your children are successful and your children are fine, and depending on how her network is, because I know she has built a network where she's at, um, like, too many things is going on in the world. I know this. Let me keep it, you know. And I think as moms, our biggest thing is to see our children be happy, be healthy, and be successful. We accomplish that. Sometimes we're like, shit, I'm just gonna relax now. I'm just gonna relax. Like, I'm about to do nothing hard, nothing, nothing, nothing. I'm just going to relax, take care of me and relax. And, that's just what it is now. Um, and I mean, because I feel like that. So I can imagine, like, yeah, plus that stationary is good. The stationery is good. When I say stationery, home front is good. That foundation is good. However, my only thing is having that for having that have what's the word I'm looking for? Having that in a sense where the land and the building on the land is not under anybody else's authority. That to me would mean more. It's like I whatever inherited this, I've claimed it, it was gifted to me, I purchased it, however the process is. But to have a piece of land, to have some property on that land, and to make that home base for my lineage and to keep it there. Like, okay, you don't gotta stay here if you don't want to stay here, but if you need to be here, you got somewhere to be. Eh, you could generate income from here. You can just don't get rid of it. Rent it, whatever, but don't ever let it go. And when I get those things, again, however it happens, inheritance, gifted, purchased, however those things happen, home base is going to stay with us. It's going to stay with us. It's going to stay with us. There are families who operate like that. There are families, they got their little pocket, and the pocket has been in the family for generations on generations on generations on generations. And it makes a difference. It does make a difference. I am highly favored, highly, highly, highly favored to to know my history. Highly favored. That was straight divinity because everything that could have possibly happened to separate me from it happened. Yet, still, I'm connected. For example, my birth mom she could have dropped me off any freaking where. She could have dropped me off any freaking where. I could have been in regular foster care from a baby and had no clue about my actual lineage. But the divine did not allow that to happen. The divine said, no, I want you to know the lineage that you incarnated through. So we're going to put you here with an elder in your lineage. And this elder in your lineage is going to be the one that's going to care for you in your foundational stages. At that point, I knew nothing about being who I am. I just knew I was very strong. I knew this elder was very strong. So I knew strength. I knew strength. I knew love. And of course, I accepted what most people accepted, the titles and the classifications. But I've always been curious and intellectual. And so as I got older, more and more stuff just came. More stuff just came. More information came. And now to be at this point where a lot of people are aware and a lot of people are having the conversations where people were looking at me weird when I was talking about this stuff a decade ago, when I was more than a decade, 2014, well, a little over a decade. When I was talking about reparations, people were looking at me like I was odd. And now there's committees all over the god dang on nation about reparations. There's even international conversations about reparations. And I'm just like, I was ahead. And people were looking at me like I was strange. So when people look at me like I'm strange now, I just be like, I'm just ahead. Like either you gonna get it or you not. You may not get it right now, but later on you'll get it. You'll get it. You will get it. You will get it. You will get it. So I just came on to self-reflect and to share my journey. My revolution is being televised, and it's important that it is because I want people who had similar circumstances or even worse or perhaps even better. I want you to know that no matter what those circumstances are that you experience in your youth, that you may even have experienced as an adult, that you may be even experiencing right now, you have divinity inside of you. Yes, it's around you, but it's also inside. And if you ever feel lost or confused or you just don't know what the next thing you should do, be still and just ask. And know the answer is presenting itself to you. And allow that answer and take that next step. You may be nervous. Your logic may want to look at your past experiences and say, it doesn't make sense to do this. But trust, you are here for a reason. And the least you can do with yourself is love yourself, heal yourself, and evolve and grow into the best you. And that's something that doesn't stop happening. Even at your healthiest, even at your wealthiest, there is still room for expansion, for growth, for evolution within you. So forgive those who may have harmed you, even if they did it intentionally. Forgive them and release them and love upon yourself unconditionally. Do whatever it takes to heal your mind, your body, your spirit, and know again, you have divinity inside of you. You got God right there within you, and that makes you powerful. So make good choices about yourself, about your life, and know that you can always change your mind. Your bad choices in the past does not say you're stuck. Nobody's ever stuck. You always have the ability to change your mind, change your life, and change yourself for the better. If a little girl from Marcy Projects that grew up on food stamps with no mama, no daddy, no brothers and sisters, if she could make something out of her life, you absolutely could make something out of your life. If she was brown in a country that was colonized and who oppressed brown people, and not just brown people, but certainly oppressed females. So she had a lot of things stacked up against her. A lot of things. But yet that divinity, that divine, that God force within her still rose like the phoenix and soared and continues to do so and reminds people that they can too. So it's my honor to be of service and to have this platform and to communicate and be who I am and continuously evolve as the woman I am. And as the great Maya Angelou said, phenomenal woman, I am phenomenal. Take care, be well. Thank you for tuning in. I'm going to pray some links. I'm helping folks on different levels. Of course, this right here is one of my ways of being of service. But check out the links in my bio um, because if you're looking for work, I'm here to be supportive in assisting you with your resumes. And, I'm here. I'm definitely here. So click on that. I also have some ebooks. Get you one. It supports the opening of my cafe. And thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate you. I'm glad to be a reminder. And I want you to remember who you truly are. You got what it takes.